everybody, what's going on? I'm going to share with you the 7 foods that tend to be portrayed as healthy, not always so healthy. You got to read a little bit further into the menu, or into the label, I should say. One being, and I'm sorry, I'm going to show some brand names. I'm not picking on certain brands, so don't go telling Dannon that Maria doesn't like their product. That's not the case. I'm just strictly labels. Greek yogurt, okay? Greek yogurt is not created equally. Greek yogurt is very different depending on what is inside this package. Now, in essence, the concept of Greek yogurt is very good. It's a high protein yogurt, and it's made, you know, in a way that helps you feel sustained, and that's all good. But once they start adding fruit and sugar and all kinds of other stuff, that's when it starts going sideways, okay? So let me give you an example. This is 1 cup, okay? And when I look at it, I should have put my glasses on, but let's see, what's the calories on this? When I look at it, I'm like, oh, 130 calories. Okay, judging on the calories, that's not so bad. But, the big but, okay? You gotta look at the ingredient panel. And when you look at the ingredient panel, this is when you reveal that 1 cup contains 19 grams of sugar. That's a lot of sugar. And you also know just by the order in which the ingredients are listed that it is a significant amount of sugar, because sugar is number 1, 2, 3. It's the 4th ingredient. So that, my friends, is something that you want to watch out for. Number 2, dried fruit. Now, in essence, this sounds like a good idea. It's just fruit and it's dried, and that's awesome. However, when I look at the package, once again, after the fruit is listed, we've got cranberries, and then we've got pomegranate, but then we have sugar again. Oh, why? It's sweet enough. It's got a lot of added sugar in it. In fact, we're talking 21 grams in a 1/4 cup. 1/4 cup's not a lot. And here's the other thing that you want to be careful of. I'm going to show you what a 1/4 cup looks like. Here's another thing that you want to be careful of with dried fruit: sulfur dioxide. Okay, sulfur dioxide is something that is used in the drying process, and it is a very highly concentrated form of sulfites. Now, if you drink red wine, you're getting some sulfites in there, but dried fruit has up to 100 times the amount of sulfites that you would find in wine. That's about a 1/4 cup right there in my hand. So in that small amount, you're getting 21 grams of sugar. That's a whole lot of sugar. And the sulfur dioxide. Here's another thing you want to watch out for. Soup, okay? Soup. Now, the idea of soup is good. Sometimes we need soup. We want soup. Every time you buy something in a can, however, or something on a shelf, you always want to look for the sodium, okay? Sodium is another thing that we want to make sure that we watch out for. Oftentimes we're very focused on calories, we're focused on fat, we're focused on protein, etc., but sodium can be a killer and can contribute to heart disease. So I picked up this soup. Again, Wolfgang, I'm not picking on you, okay? They were all pretty much bad. But the thing that got me was this says organic, okay? So instantly, a lot of people think, well, organic means healthy. Not necessarily the case. This soup has, are you ready for this? This is staggering. 1 cup, okay? And there are 2 cups in here, 2 serving sizes. So can most of you eat one of these? Is this about what one of you would eat? I would say so. This is not like 2 servings. This is like 2 baby servings. This is like a normal serving of soup. 830 milligrams of sodium. Wow, that's a lot of sodium. That, if you ate the whole can, you have basically exceeded your amount of sodium that you're supposed to get in a whole day. That's a lot. That's a lot of salt. So processed foods just by nature are going to have a lot of salt in them because it helps to extend shelf life. Agave. I know. Okay. Now, agave got real popular a few years ago. Like everything was agave. Everything was agave. Agave this, agave that. Well, agave doesn't have any nutrient benefit, you guys. So while honey is still high in sugar, there are immune boosting benefits in honey. And I always tell you, just use a little bit, just a little bit. A little bit goes a long way, especially when you eat clean. You become very sensitive to sugar. But agave is highly processed, and there's really not a whole lot of benefit in there. I mean, even when I'm looking, there's 32 grams of carbs. That's a lot of carbs. There's no fiber in here. What else? There's basically no vitamin A, no vitamin C, no calcium or iron. There's nothing. It's kind of void. It's like the pretty person that you want to date, that when you get on a date with them because you're super excited because you've heard all these great things about them, and then you meet them and there's not a whole lot inside, you know, like a pretty package but nothing. Yeah. So that's agave. Here's the next one. The next one, you guys, smoothies. Smoothies, smoothies, smoothies. Okay, I just got done saying whole fruit is always going to be better for you. And drinking juice, well, I'd rather you have a green juice that's made with a lot of green vegetables that doesn't have a ton of fruit added in, because when you get the whole fruit, you're going to get more benefit. But this, y'all, this just goes off the charts, because when I look at the label and I see, I know this is going to be backwards, but you can see the number 2. It's 2 servings, 2 in this one bottle. Guess how many grams of sugar you're getting? It's 50 grams of sugar in this bottle. Now this one might surprise you. Sliced turkey. Okay, I'm going to read the label. It says no added hormones or steroids. That sounds good. It says 97% fat-free. That sounds pretty good too. And it says gluten-free. Well, if it's gluten-free, then it's got to be healthy, right? No. Because here's what it does have that scares me. Sodium nitrite, okay? Many of our foods, and traditionally we think of things that are pink like bacon and hams and things like that, that they add nitrates to. Nitrates are chemical preservatives that have been linked to stomach cancer and other allergies. So there's something that you want to avoid like the plague. We don't want nitrites and nitrates. Even the wines that you're drinking, guys, I know you love wine. I know. But you want to try and pick the wines that don't use sulfites, for example. They're not great. So all of these ites and eights that I keep talking about, they're all kind of derived from in the same way, and they're all not very good for you and can lead to allergy. Now the last item I have, and if you've seen me make my Fit Bites or you've tried them, you know that I always talk about, I developed those because I got tired of all of the crap and sugar and expense of bars. Bars are everywhere. They're everywhere. Like, I mean, you can't go anywhere without seeing like a whole aisle full of bars. Like the whole category just exploded. And every time I go to the Natural Products Expo, I'm like, I bet you there's going to be another bar there. I just bet you, because that's what happens. Every single year there's like 50 million new bars. Like, we need more bars. That's a lot of sugar in this bar. Okay, this bar is first of all, it's kind of high in calories too. It's 280 calories. That's almost like a meal, you know. That's almost a meal, because the average meal in our meal plan, because we spread out our meals, somewhere between like 350 and 500 calories, and if you're a guy, you might double that. But this one has 21 grams of sugar in it. That's a candy bar. That's a Snickers bar, basically. I love you guys. Don't forget to share and like, and I'll see you mañana.